have back with me Dan Tremetta from Consolidated Credit. You always have some great tips for us how to budget properly and how to save our money. Today we're going to talk about cars, how we can save money there. It's very expensive to own a car.
Absolutely, yeah, and I think it's expensive to maintain a vehicle as well, but proper maintenance is going to help you out in the long run. People are always considering, doing different things with their vehicles, and sometimes we forget, oil changes, air filters, and those kinds of things, and they're very important to maintaining an efficient vehicle.
Sometimes you get a car and you think, well, it's great, I just have to pay for gas. Gas, as it is already on the rise, but there are all those other things that do add up. Sometimes you might think, I can skip this one. I can skip this oil change, right? Is that going to cost me more in the long run?
Yeah, and inevitably it will. I mean, whether it gums up your motor because you're not doing an oil change or you're not changing an air filter, and that makes your car want to labor more, and as a result burn more fuel. So there's some other things that you can think about too. Some of the things you can look at are tire pressures, which is something that's often neglected, right?
Okay, no, I was supposed to admit something. Which is, I've never checked my tire pressure.
You should. And a lot of people will go off the number on the outside of the wheel.
Okay.
And that's not the number you should be going by. You should consult your owner's manual or look on the inside of the door panel. And inside the door panel you'll find a sticker with the proper pressures of your tires. Because your tires might read 35 pounds for that tire, but the car runs at 28. So overinflation can also hurt your tires.
So now, why is it so important to know our tire pressure? Is that going to cost us more in fuel or?
In both, in fuel and in tires. If you're, say, 8 to 10 pounds under pressure on your tires, you'll reduce the wear on your tires by 15,000 kilometers.
Really?
Right.
What a difference.
And not to mention 4% on your fuel.
And that's something that is so easy for people to check. And then there's the lazy ones
At
like
least
myself
once
who
a
don't.
month. At least once a month.
At least once a month.
Yeah.
Never done it.
Some of the other things you want to think about is what you're carrying around in your vehicle. Every 100 pounds that you carry with you is another 2% of fuel.
Really? I'm going to kick out that other person.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's all kinds of different things that we can look at to reduce those expenditures. How we drive. Are you an aggressive driver?
Are you asking me personally? Maybe a little.
Maybe a little. Yeah, and are we on and off the gas all the time? Are we coasting to a stop? If we're driving standard, it's a lot easier to do than doing it with an automatic, but at the end of the day, if we're more smooth with our transitions on the gas, off the gas, we're going to save a lot of fuel that way as well.
Okay, great tips. And when you're talking about, what did you say, every 100 pounds in a car adds?
2%.
2%. I know a lot of people who keep their trunks packed full of stuff. It's almost like an extra storage area for them.
Yeah.
And if you took that out, you could really save some money.
They're hoarding in their trunk.
They pretty much are. There's not room for much in there. Some great tips, easy to do. Check that tire pressure. Thanks for that tip.